Welcome to EPG Padasala. My name is Dr. D. Dayalan, ex-director, Archaeology Survey of India. I will talk under the Indian culture, the principles and methods of archaeology. I will talk on cultural heritage awareness. We know the heritage is very important not only for the tangible but also intangible cultural heritage for the preservation and also for the maintenance of the cultural heritage. We have to educate the people what is the intangible cultural heritage, what is the tangible heritage. First, the public should make to understand what is these heritages and what these heritages give to the public. Actually, this heritage is not just pride of our nation, but also economically, morally, it gives boost to the whole society. So this message has to go to the public. Then only public will give a proactive in preserving our cultural heritage. That's why there is a need of cultural heritage awareness among the public, not only for the public, even at the grassroots level, to see how best it should reach the grassroots level so that people may be aware of our cultural heritage and also take a proactive action for preserving our heritages. As I told, the cultural heritage awareness is very important for the maintenance and conservation of the heritages, and also there is a lot of need these sort of things to go at the very grassroots levels, particularly the education institutions and also the various organizations which is looking after the heritages. They should come forward to propagate the awareness among the public. This is actually, the cultural awareness is the foundation for communication. It involves the ability of standing back from ourselves and becoming awareness of our cultural value, belief and perceptions. Cultural awareness is a crucial part of any heritage of conservation and management. The heritage awareness is a time consuming and it requires a commitment to the local community. Particularly, there should be a commitment for the local community as well as the organization which is looking after this cultural heritage to see that it should go in various levels. The most recognized way of cultural heritage is to bringing the youngsters to be aware of that. As you know that India is a very rich built heritage as well as intangible cultural heritages, and it is practically not possible any government organization to look after. And of course there are many monuments and sites which is under the protection of the government of India as well as the state government and different agencies. Apart from that, there are a good number of monuments, sites and historical buildings which is not under the protection of anyone. For that, it requires the public and private participation to see how best it can be preserved. Particularly, many of the monuments and historical buildings has lost, demolished, or actually it became a kind of a debris or deteriorated because of lack of public awareness among the public. And there is no involvement of people as of now in the conservation activities. So there is an immediate need for the involvement of the public in the conservation and preservation of the monuments. You can see some of the examples here where how the lack of cultural awareness or cultural enthusiasm among the public, how it makes the monument to completely deteriorate from the position. There is one monument here, they completely collapsed because there is no cultural awareness, there is no public awareness among that. And another monument where you can see there are a lot of bushes has been grown right over the monument, basically because there is no proper awareness among the public. If there would have been awareness, definitely they would have taken care of this monument, and it gives a kind of a boost not only for the heritage but also the whole community. And these are one or two examples how there is a lack of awareness has been destroyed the monuments. This is one of the Kopura at Gangakonda Swarapuram, where there is a lack of awareness makes the local the administrator to break that building for the construction of various other modern structures. So since there would have been awareness among the public, this building would have been saved at the time. Similarly, there is another example where the tree has gone right over the monument. This would have been stopped at the initial itself if there would have been proper awareness among the public. So these are some of the causes how it has been deteriorating the monument due to lack of awareness. Even in the Constitution of India, the protection and heritage is one of the important duty of each and every citizen of India, because they specifically mentioned in the Constitution of India, it is the moral, not only moral, is fundamental duty of each and every citizen of India to see that our heritage should be protected. So this is a kind of a moral responsibility of each and every citizens to see that it should be preserved, and it needs a kind of a local awareness for the preservation. And this local awareness can be achieved only by means of propagating and bringing the message to the local communities through various agencies. Either it may be a central government, state government, education institutions, and also some of the NGOs. All these people to come forward, even the people who are having art consciences or art lovers, they should also come forward to see that it should go to the grassroots level of the public. Then only it is one of the, this is the only way to preserve our heritage. Otherwise, it is not only the government can look after all the things, it is the responsibility of the local community also to see it should be preserved. As I told earlier, what is the need of creating awareness? One is to encourage and promote awareness on cultural heritage in our country. Is mainly, it is the identity of our nation and it is a pride of our nation. So every Indian have the proud that we are having Taj Mahal with us, we are having Ajanta with us, we are having Tanjavur temple with us, we are having big monuments with us, which it is one of the greatest pride or the one of the moral boost of the whole community. So that is the main reason that it should be preserved, and this sort of awareness has to go to the various levels. Creating awareness among the public towards the important and safeguarding of our heritage assets is very important. And the other thing is, it make the people or the public has to make understand the social, cultural and economic value of the cultural properties. Actually, these cultural properties are not only a kind of moral, kind of pride of our nation, but also it gives a social, economic value. Particularly in India, most of this tourism revolve around the monuments, and tourism is one of the major industries which gives foreign exchange to our country. And this is that way, our monuments is economically a very great boost to our society in the grassroots level or at the national level. Apart from that, because of these cultural heritages, the infrastructures develops, particularly where the monuments are situated in and around the area. Because of the tourists and because of the other things, the infrastructure around the monuments develop. For instance, in the case of Khajuraho, it's a very small village, and today there are dozen of five-star hotels, there is an airport, there is a very great link with various parts of the India. This sort of link or this sort of infrastructure is developed at Khajuraho basically because of the monuments. Similarly, at Taj Mahal, there are more than 200 hotels are there, and it is well connected, both air as well as road. This sort of infrastructure is developed basically because of the monument. So the public should be made aware that the monument gives not only the economic boost, but also it gives a kind of infrastructure around their living. Apart from that, the monument gives jobs to the public, particularly the tourist guides, tourist operators, photographers, and also the persons who are involved in the tourism industries. For them, these monuments give job. There are good number of thousands and thousands of people, they live on the basis of tourism. Basically, the tourism in turn, it is revolved around the monuments. So indirectly, our tourism is promoted because of the heritage, and heritage is responsible for giving job opportunity a good number of people. So this sort of message should go to the public, and this sort of awareness can be created a kind of involving the stakeholders and the people they are involved in the cultural management, and also the various local and public authorities should be involved. So there should be a proper coordination among the various agencies involved in the cultural heritage promotion, and they should go and they can have a discussion, they can have some sort of interaction with the public to see how best the heritage awareness should go to the public. And then particularly, as I told earlier, some of the monuments are protected by the government and other agencies, but there is a good number of unprotected monuments spread all over India. So we have to identify these unprotected monuments which is spread over and identify their value, and also create a kind of inventory of all these unprotected monuments, and also inform to the communities as well as the owners of that property how best it can be preserved without changing the character of this monument or the structure. And also there is a need of raising or generating funds for this sort of things. And another thing is there is a kind of a sustainable usage of the structure, particularly the unprotected monuments, how it can be sustainably used without changing the original fabric, style or the character of the structure. This is very, very important, because generally the people feel that is the old monument means old structure means they should demolish it and then they reconstruct something new over that. But they should be made to understand our heritage or the old buildings are equally important if they can be preserved, and it can be rehabilitated or it can be reused for different purposes. So they should be made to understand how it can be conserved, how the building can be stabilized as per the original without changing the original character of this building. And this sort of awareness should be created, and once the building is get ready, the heritage building, it can be used for various purposes like tourist hotels, and then tourist oriented activities, museums, tourist information centers and craft centers, or many other purposes without changing the character of the building. So this sort of adaptive usage of heritage building is very important for conserving or also safeguarding our cultural heritage, particularly the built heritage in various parts of our nation. And particularly if you see in some of the states, particularly in Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Karnataka and many other, even Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu and many other places, this heritage buildings has been promptly used for different purposes like hotels, cafeterias, shops, without changing their character of the structure. This we could see in many places, particularly in Rajasthan. Many of these heritage buildings like palaces and other thing, it has been converted into hotel without changing the superficial or the facade features, only making some internal adjustment to accommodate their necessity. Otherwise, the outer features has been maintained as it is to keep the integrity of the structure. So this sort of adaptive usage is very much important. I'll just show how the lack of awareness create problems to the monument. Particularly, if there is no awareness, then we will lose our heritages and completely the destruction of the heritages, and some of the monuments has been lost in the past because there is no proper awareness among the public. And then there is an urgent need of there is no need of proper conservation of the monument or the heritage building by the local community. That's the reason they don't know how to preserve it, how to conserve it as per the original. So simply they demolish it. So this sort of cultural conservation awareness should also be created for the public. And this lack of awareness is found not only from the public, even for the officials and owners of the properties. They also have a lack of this awareness, and many buildings has been lost because of this lack of awareness. Particularly in the heritage cities where there is a busy commercial activities, simply the traffic, heavy traffic also create problems and ultimately resulted into the demolition of the structures. So many buildings, particularly in the commercial areas, in the heritage cities has been demolished because of these busy commercial activities. So there is a need of creating awareness for safeguarding and preserving our cultural heritages. And how it can be done? We can do it various cultural awareness programs. That is one way to take these messages to the local communities. And there are many such cultural awareness programs has been chalked out. One is the workshop. So we have to make a small workshop at different institutions, and then involving the public as well as the students and also the various the local communities, and you can highlight them the importance of the cultural heritages. That is the one workshop is one sort of device to propagate our cultural awareness. The other thing is seminars. So we can conduct seminars by calling a mass group of people, particularly the universities or the colleges and even the Archaeological Survey of India or any other agencies. They can have some sort of even the cultural ministry. They can have a kind of seminars at regular intervals involving the people. They are working in the cultural heritages, and also the publics, those who need this sort of awareness. So this sort of seminars can be conducted time to time to propagate the awareness of the people, and also the photo exhibition of the cultural buildings and structures. So this is a revolving exhibition to be created. It's not only a standard stabilized photo exhibition. We can put the highlight just to people to know, understand what are the heritages very close to them. So this sort of, this photo exhibition can be put at different institutions and public places, so that the people can understand what is the cultural heritage and what is the need of cultural to preserve the cultural heritage, and what are the heritages are available in and around them. And again, conducting a heritage tour to the public and officials, school and college students. This is another way to propagate our cultural awareness. So once the public goes to the site or the school and college students go to the sites, they can see practically the monument, how it looks and what is the importance of the monuments, and also educate them how it can be preserved for the posterity without disturbing the original fabric of the structure. Again, there is another way of creating cultural awareness program is distribution of small pamphlets or booklets of cultural heritage. So just small booklets, free booklets or free pamphlets can be prepared, and it can be distributed to the public, particularly the colleges and the schools, to understand what is the cultural heritage and what is the need of preserving it. The other way is a training program of the conservation and the maintenance of the cultural heritage, particularly these for the students and college students and the school students, and also those who are actually engaged in the cultural protection. So these sort of people can be bring under cultural training programs to know about the conservation and maintenance of the building. Then involving the whole community, it's a kind of a heritage walk. So often there is a heritage walk for different purposes, and there should be a kind of walk for the heritage purposes. So it can be involve the whole community then we can create some sort of walk at a particular day. Either it may be some event, either maybe on World Heritage Week or World Heritage Day or any other such sort of a day. There can be a kind of a heritage walk involving the whole mass of the society. That is one way. And then creating heritage clubs. Many cities there is heritage clubs are there, so they can actually looking after the welfare of the heritage buildings. So this sort of heritage clubs can be created at different urban as well as rural levels. And who are the person who can do this cultural awareness program? Of course, it is the responsibility of every human being or every Indian citizen. It is the responsibility to spread the awareness and also safeguard of our cultural heritages. But particularly certain departments, they are basically involved in the cultural protection. They are known as the Ministry of Culture and Information Department. They both state as well as central government. they should come forward. They are already doing it, but they should be more proactive to see that the message should go to the grassroots level. And then the Archaeological Survey of India, this is one of the major organizations in the government of India. They should they are doing some heritage walk and heritage World Heritage Week and World Heritage Day. And again, they have to be more effective in taking this message to the local or the bottommost levels of the society. And also the State Department of Archaeology, because each and every state there is a State Department of Archaeology, and they are also maintaining monuments under their control. And they also take these sort of awareness messages to the public. And then museums, archives, schools, colleges, universities, community centers, municipal corporations, and also NGOs. There are a good number of NGOs like Intact and Heritage Association and Heritage Societies. There are many such NGOs are there. They are also actually take this sort of a proactive action to bring this message to the public. And apart from that, there are among the society there is many people. They are the heritage lovers, and they are taking a very active action to propagate the cultural awareness and also take the message to the public. Apart from that, the electronic and paper media has to play a positive role in creating awareness. Particularly, they should take this as a kind of a priority or communicating our cultural heritage. And they are only the papers, particularly the newspapers and journals, they should very proactive and positive action to be taken. And another thing is the electronic media, particularly the television and then radio, and this should go, it should, because it easily reach to the public. So the television, radio and film, documentaries, internets and other specialized publications should also take a kind of proactive action or positive role to see that it should go to the public. As I told, particularly the education institutions, because they are the future generation of our nation, and the school and college students should be very much aware of cultural heritage, and that is the reason we should often involve the youngsters, particularly school and college students, in the cultural awareness programs. Particularly, they can have some sort of a photo exhibition, education tour, conducting kind of a competition among the students, like essay writing, debate, dance, drama, cultural activity, painting or sketch programs, and so on. So this sort of a kind of an activities can be created in the students, so that they themselves involved in safeguarding our cultural heritage. They can understand the cultural heritages, and then they safeguard their heritage. So again, as I told, the Heritage Week, how it can be organized. Heritage Week can be organized by involving the whole masses, particularly each and every heritage cities. This should be a kind of a program which can be done yearly once, or twice in a year, something like that, which is particular occasions. And this heritage work can give really a great impact in creating an awareness among the public. And here I can show you some of the awareness programs created in different parts of India. Here you can see the heritage walk. This here, basically the whole community has been involved in the heritage walk. Actually, it has happened in Agra. Behind at the backdrop, we can see the Agra Fort, and there is almost hundreds of the local community and then local school, college students has been involved in the heritage walk. Similar way, another one we can see distributing the pamphlets or the free booklets for the public about the cultural awareness programs. Here another thing, how the old generation dress costumes looks like, and this actually the boys themselves went and saw the paintings, old photographs and history. then they themselves dress by spending their own money, and they looks as if like a Mughal kings or Mughal queens. So this is some sort of a awareness. Indirectly, the people, particularly the students, aware what is the costumes there, what is the culture there, what is the society lives during the time, and then they will collate the details, and then they put that costumes for that of things. And another here you can see the debates or the essay competition among the students, writing about the history of the monument, preservation of the monument. Some sort of title may be given to them, and so that directly or indirectly they will be involved to read about the monument and also learn more about the monuments and also understand the importance of the monuments. And another picture here, there we can see the paintings of the monuments. Particularly, this is a painting competition among the youngsters, and you can see beautiful paintings they have created. Actually, these all 7th, 8th class students, less than 15 years old boys and girls. They are actually, it gives a kind of an impact in their mind, how monument is there. And because once they draw the paintings, they have to conceive the ideas about the monument and they draw it. So it indirectly gives an impact to these boys, how the monument looks like and what is the need of that. Here another heritage walk or heritage programs is created, and they have given a free distribution of T-shirts and other thing for the public, or creating awareness. Some of the events identified by the government for creating awareness among the public is, one is the World Heritage Week. Actually, it is from 19th to 25th November of every year, and other is World Heritage Day, that is from 18th April of every year, and World Museum Day, that is 18th May of every year. So apart from that, there are even this sort of World Heritage awareness can be created any other occasions which is of international and national importance. So this is a way how the heritage program can be created. The other thing I told, the involvement of the public in the participation. Actually, the public should not see that monument is something aloof from them. So they should be involved in the various activities, particularly that activities which is existing at the time of protection. For example, here we can see there are these urs or the namaz during the time of Eid functions at Taj Mahal. You can see hundreds of people they involve. They come to Taj Mahal and they can make prayer, particularly in the Eid days. And it shows it almost attach the public, particularly the people, local people. They are aware, create a kind of a sense of attachment among the public. So this sort of things to be encouraged for the safety and security of the monuments. Otherwise, the local people think that is the monument is something different, or is something, it is not the responsibility of them. Another important thing is the Urs celebration of Taj Mahal. Here again we can see hundreds of people, they are involved in the Urs function, and they have the feeling that is their own property. It is not the property of either government or something like that. It is a property of all, and particularly they have that personal feeling that it is a kind of sense of attachment can be created to the public by involving them in this sort of celebrations. And now I can give you a small animation and just to give an idea how the cultural awareness can be created among the public, particularly the youngsters.
Students, we have reached Tiger Cave.
Wow, what a nice place. I'm going to climb on the top of the cave.
No, Siddharth, don't do it. You will fall down.
It's so much of fun here. Pranav, you also climbed.
No, I don't want to take any risk.
Siddharth, come here.
Yes, sir.
Climbing on the monument is not permissible. You know, it's a high risk to climb such a monument. At times, some part of the monument may be spoiled due to the climbing of people.
I'm really sorry, sir. I will not commit this act again.
Students, the advice is not only for Siddharth. You all should respect the sanctity of the monument and follow the guidelines while visiting the monument.
Sir, where the guidelines are available?
The guidelines are displayed in appropriate points at the monuments. We can also get the guidelines from the custodians of the monuments.
The flowers planted here are very beautiful and it creates an excellent ambience to the monument.
Yes, you are right. And see that red flower which is very attractive. I am going to pluck it and take home.
No, Ramya, plucking flowers in public places is not a right thing.
No one is watching at me. I will place this in my bag so that no will notice it.
Ramya, come here.
Yes, sir.
The trees and flowers planted inside the monument premises add beauty to the monument. Plucking the flowers and spoiling the garden are not wise.
Sorry, sir. I won't do it in future.
This is known as Shore Temple. Students, see the monument and ambience which speaks of its own.
Sir, how the monument is protected from the sea erosion?
The Government of India has entrusted the duty of protection, maintenance and conservation of the national important monuments to the Archaeological Survey of India. The safety of the monument is taken care by the department. In addition, the concerned state government has similar department to take care of state and local level monuments. Students, look at the signboard. It is written no litter zone. So, we will have our snacks outside the monument premises.
Sir, what is no litter zone?
It means that we should not throw any rubbish in that area. It should be thrown only in the dustbin. Moreover, eating food in the monument premises is prohibited.
Pratik, see there. Few members are having food and throwing the garbage inside the monument premises.
Yes, they are throwing the garbage in the no litter zone.
Sir, please don't litter inside the monument.
If I litter here, what is your problem?
My teacher has told us that the monumental area has to be maintained neat and tidy.
Why so?
The monument is frequented by large number of visitors every day. Hence, it is our responsibility to maintain the monumental area in a presentable manner.
Then where should we throw all this garbage?
The litter should be thrown in the dustbin, which is placed at certain points in the heritage zone.
Due to ignorance, I have done this. Sorry, I will not do this again.
Sugil, well done my boy. It is our duty to create awareness among the students. Will you all join together to save our heritage?
Yes, sir.
Hope you might have seen the animation. I think it will give you a comprehensive picture about the cultural awareness, how this can go to the public and what are the things to do and do not at the monument. And now to summing up the whole thing, I'm just give the briefing of the things. Awareness among the public is necessary for the protection and preservation of cultural heritage. Unless there is awareness among the public, it is practically difficult for preserving and maintaining our cultural heritage. And we have to bring to the public about the message that our cultural heritage is not the pride of our nation, but also it is the boost for the economy and moral of the public. And this awareness has to go to the grassroots level. Then only it will be easy. It will be workable for preserving our cultural heritage for the posterity. Thank you very much.